Welcome back. It is the Flow Friday Sports Show here on Flow FM, and it's time to get things underway for the evening, and we are crossing to the Ouyen lawn tennis courts where Paul Dean is under the lights getting ready for another round of action. Good to be with you, Paul. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you going?
We're doing pretty well, and we're getting right into the business end of the Ouyen lawn tennis season. So how's everyone feeling, Paul?
Yeah, we're pretty excited. We've had a couple of weeks where the matches haven't really counted for much because the ladder's been pretty set, for the last 2 rounds or so. But yeah, this week she's all cutthroat, do or die. Win, you go to the grand final, lose, it's season over. So yeah, big stakes up for grabs this weekend.
You took the words right out of my mouth. That's all about to change because it is finals time. But before we talk about the finals, let's talk about the final round of action last weekend, round 13. So Galah v Gypsum. Paul, how did this one go?
Yeah, Galah, second team on the ladder versus the bottom team. Gypsum, poor old Gypsum, just the one win for the season. That was way back in round 1. And yeah, they've had a long season ever since. So yeah, Friday night was their last chance to try and get another win for the season and finish what's been a long year for them off in a positive note. But unfortunately, it wasn't to be for them. The Galah team was pretty comfortably too strong for them. The Galah ladies had a good 21-game win in their section, and then the Galah men had just a narrow 2-game win there, so that was fairly competitive there in the men's section there. That made it a comfortable 23-game win going into the mix. And in the mix there, the Galah team also won that by 14 games there, so that gave them an overall score of 14 sets, 102 games. For Galah to Gypsum, 4 sets and 65 games. 3-set winners there for all four Galah. There were James Morris, Tanya Doyle, Mia Grayling, Julia Woodall, Millie O'Shaughnessy and Letitia O'Shaughnessy. So, yeah, well done to the Galah team there.
In the other game, we had Nunga hosting Bolka. Now, on paper and in regards to how many people would have seen this game going, few would have thought that Bolka could have a chance at all in this game, but they weren't disgraceful in any sense, were they, Paul? Nunga, obviously the strongest side, but Bolka making a good account of themselves.
Yeah, the Bolka team did have a good account of themselves there. Nunga did end up winning, which was well and truly expected, but Bolka did give them a good run for their money there. It was really the ladies section where they won it. The Nunga team, they set themselves up there with a good 9-game win there in the ladies section. The Bolka men had a win there by 3 games, so that brought it back to 6 games there. So yeah, well done to the Bolka men for knocking off the Nunga men there. And then the mixed doubles section there, it was Nunga there who had a 7-game win there. So that sealed the win for them by 13 games there. Nunga 10 sets, 90 games there. Bolka 8 sets, 77 games there. 3-set winners there, 2 from each team there. Belinda O'Brien and Kylie Levison both playing for Nunga, and Dean Munro and a fellow called Paul Dean won his 3 sets there, just filling in there for Bolka. So yeah, helped them out there for a 3-set there win from yourself, which is probably the first time in about 3 years I reckon I've done that. So yeah.
I hear is quite the utility, Mr. Paul Dean. We'll move along and talk about the semi-finals. Paul, you must be very excited with all the action happening in just a mere hour or so. So let's talk about the games coming up tonight. Galah v Bolka. How do you see this one going?
Yeah, Galah Bolka, 2nd and 3rd. This will be a good match. I'm sort of leaning towards Galah, but not by a lot. Bolka played a lot of their tennis before Christmas. They're probably one of the more affected teams by players being busy with harvest and that, so they really didn't have a lot of tennis before the Christmas break with their full team there. So we haven't really seen what their full team's like. So it'd be really interesting to see how they go against Bolka. Against Galah. I'll certainly give them a good run for their money. But yeah, Galah, 2nd on the ladder there. I think they might just sneak home, but I'm not tipping them with a great deal of confidence. But yeah, I'll go with Galah there.
Nunga hosts Kiamal. Can Kiamal do some sort of Stephen Bradbury here at all, Paul?
Oh, I think we can. Yeah, why not? Yeah, Steve Bradbury did it. Everyone fell over in front of him, and I think we can have a bit of a say here. We can cause Kiamal to fall over in front of us. So we go out and play some good tennis, and keep the ball in play, hit the ball deep in the court, and really put the pressure on them. And you never know what will happen, but we'll have certainly have a try.
It's a huge thing in tennis, Paul, where the opponent that has no expectation can thrive. We see it more often than people sort of discuss, don't we, in the public forums? So I guess that's the one great thing about going into this game. The pressure's all on Nunga.
Yeah, that's dead right. The pressure's on them, and we're just out there to have a hit. And if we lose, that's what was supposed to happen, I suppose. But we'll just go out and have a hit and give it our best shot. Not a great deal of expectations, and see what happens.
You're as much a fan as you are a participant. So what are some of the great upsets over time in the professional game that come to mind for you, and for that matter, in terms of the history of the Ouyen Lawn Tennis Club as well?
It's pretty tough to think of upsets locally. We've got a tournament coming up, and we've got a regular top gun tennis player, and he's got his entry in already by the name of Josh Gregg, and he's won it 14 times in a row. So I can't really think of an upset locally. Probably in the professional sense, I guess I was actually watching a special on Jimmy Connors a few weeks ago on Netflix or something, where he was at the end of his career and everyone had written him off. I think it was around about 1990, 91, and he got to the quarterfinals of the US Open where no one expected him. So, that was good to watch. Jimmy Connors towards the end of his career and upset a few there. So that's one, or a few upsets in that tournament way back then that I can think of anyway. Yeah.
What about the great Marcos Bagdatis back in 2006 at the Open?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he went a long way too, didn't he? Yep, I forgot about the one, but definitely one there, yeah.
Well, we'll move on, Paul. Nice to have a bit of fun there. So we've got the 41st annual Rohan Gregg Memorial coming up in 2 weekends' time. This is the Labor Day weekend tournament being held on the 11th, 12th and 13th of March. And for that matter, it's actually a really big period for tennis around the traps there in northwestern Victoria. But you must be looking forward to this, the 41st annual Rohan Gregg Memorial. Tell our listeners what they need to know.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's a lot of tournaments on Labor Day weekend here in Victoria, and we're one of them. I think we're one of the best ones. It's, not being too biased there, I don't think. But it's a big weekend. We have our singles on the Saturday along with veterans doubles, and veterans doubles for 40s and over, and that's a round robin comp there. The singles is a knockout format there. Sunday we have the doubles, which is also knockout, and on the Monday we have the mixed doubles, which is also knockout there, and along with the mixed double veterans. So once again, that's 40 and over. We also have plenty of other activities, plenty of entertainment. Saturday night and Sunday night we have we've got couple of local farmers with a wood-fired pizza oven coming along to cook us some pizzas, and Sunday night we'll have a roast meal, and also along with that we have our much famed and talked about Chook Lotto, which is always brings out a bit of fun with a lot of people, and that's something that's nearly been going as long as the tournament, and that seems to be a big attraction too.
Now we've got no duty team tonight, Paul, on kitchen duty, so if anyone's listening in Ouyen, you got about 2 hours to head down and provide a hand in the kitchen, cook up a storm on the barbie, and help out the Ouyen Lawn Tennis Club in their first night of finals for the year 2023. Paul Dean, we'll leave it there. Enjoy the evening ahead, and we'll speak to you next week.
Yeah, great. Thank you, Alice. Yep, I'll talk to you next week.